Hey everybody, it's just another gamer. We are here with some Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I have found the most amazing money-making scheme in the game. You can do it as soon as you're out of the tutorial town and you're done with all your tutorial stuff. It is amazing. You don't have to do any type of skill leveling, and you can rinse and repeat every single day and make thousands of groschen. It is a little bit of a hike, and if you're doing it on foot, it might be a pain. But it's really, really easy, and I think you'll have a really good time doing it, and you'll make a lot of money. And it's super easy and repeatable, and not really that much of a challenge, especially if you do it at the right time. So let's get into it. So, bandit camps. Bandit camps are all over the entirety of the map, both the first place you start and the second place. There's so much potential for so much loot. The loot pools are absolutely amazing. In this case, we got to fight a knight. Not all of that gear on his body is worth a ridiculous amount of money, and there's different variants you can get while you're fighting these different knights. There are also hunter, what are they called, poachers camps or whatever. They have a lot of people, which you can get XP from fighting them, and you can get some loot. But specifically, we're talking about my guide, which we'll see here in a little bit. It is absolutely amazing, and the dog helps so much in this clip. But there's so much money you can make from this. So this is the first technique. The first technique is basically just going in and killing them, and you can level up your strength and your fighting and your agility and all that, which is really, really good, really, really helpful. As you can see here, I'm taking a little bit of a beating. Knights are really crazy. Some of them even know the secret forbidden hit. What do you want to call it? Forbidden block. I don't know what to call it. It's not called that. But they're really good, and bam, he dies. So in a second here, I'm celebrating, as we can see. So yeah, I'm just so happy. I didn't record the audio because it was probably me screaming, but we got that. We got the shield. We got the sword. In a second here, we're going to open his inventory and just see, look at that. All that stuff's worth so much money. And it wasn't even that hard to get. And the cool thing is, this is repeatable. If I was to run off into the bushes, I don't in this clip, I just do a bunch of looting. I don't know how far we're going to go in this. But I could just run off into the bushes and wait for 16 hours in total. And there's a good chance that night I'll be back. This specific place where I'm at, which I will show later in the video, is where knights spawn, and a lot of them. There's been, I don't have the clip, there's been one time where 2 knights spawned, and it was almost 5,000 groschen, I think, in total of how much money that I could have earned. So as you can see, as I'm going through the loot, there's a lot of valuable items on this guy. Well, but more the knight, but this guy. But also everything, if I could fit it on me and my horse and run back, or even fast travel if I had enough strength and all that, I'm going to make a ridiculous amount of money off of both of these guys. And there's a loot in here, I'm not sure. No, there's no loot. Okay. So with all their armor alone, if I even took off their shoes, if you sell it to the right trader, you can make even more money. So as you can see right down here in the bottom right, that's where I am on the map. Amazing place to farm. Amazing place to farm bots. Or not bots, but bandits. And I think it's 16 hours that takes them to respawn. It might be a little bit longer, but it's an amazing place to go. So that was the first technique. I'll show you some other techniques here, some other places probably, and my route that I do to make the most amount of money. Okay, let's get into it. So just, if you need more examples, here's another comprehensive breakdown of all the money we made. I don't know if we got that hammer there, but helmet 300, already more than he has. Chainmail 19 whatever shekels. This 42 shekels, even more shekels. Absolutely insane. We are 800. We are at 800 freaking shekels, dude. That is a lot of money. That is ridiculous. That is crazy. It's basically an infinite money glitch, especially if you just keep doing it. You could probably be up to I don't know, $20,000. I don't even know. I'm gonna try to grind it out for a few days, just so you guys can get a real good understanding of how insane it is. So yeah. Okay. 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 This is crazy. I cannot believe how much money you make. It is pretty much a glitch. I mean, I know it's in the game, and I don't know if the game expects you to just keep on going back to these big bandit camps and just killing everybody, but it is amazing, and definitely do it because it'll change your game. So the next way of going at bandit camps is at night. It's in some ways much easier, especially because some the heavier armed guys will take off all their armor before they go to bed, and it makes it so much easier. So you don't sit there and fight especially if there's a knight or somebody. But then you also have to deal with guards. They aren't as bad, especially because depending on the guard, if it's a lower level guard, they're much, much, much easier to incapacitate. Let's see if this guy's gonna play ball. Yeah. So with the first one, and the cool thing is like you don't even have to kill them. Like you can, but if everything goes well here, you don't have to kill them. And like I said, these are poachers, so they're going to be a little easier to take down and rob. But I do suggest killing them just because you get that extra XP, and they're bandits, so no one's going to care. And you should get sneaking XP, or like, yeah, here's another one. I don't know if I should run up on him, like... Let's see if we can get this all on... Sometimes you will alert them when you try to stealth take them down, but if you have a high enough stealth and your armor's not, like, too loud... Yeah. See? Then you pick them up. And you could do this with every single one of them. A lot of them will be sleeping. And I think this is a little bit more fun. I kind of like this way more. Just because I have kind of like the ledge. It's a lot of fun, you know, to incapacitate people. And see, we've already made 180 bucks. And that's if you don't steal all their clothes. I usually steal everybody's clothes because it's a great way to make money. Reselling them is amazing. And everything works. So, like I said, and it's super easy. So we're just gonna silently go up here, and I'll take the rest of the camp out so you guys can watch. So sometimes you will be spotted when you're sneaking around these camps at night. It does happen, but if you're far enough away, the guards will not always be able to alert other guards, so it won't be like a big issue. So in this case, you just make sure you hide the body. I don't think I hid the body, because if it's a bigger camp and there's a lot more people, when you get into the other maps, there'll be bigger bandit camps with a lot more people. They might notice if their other guards are walking around, because I'm pretty sure I run into one more guard here, I think I do. So... it will happen. It's bound to happen, especially if you're not doing a sneak playthrough. Like if you're running around in chainmail armor like I am. Here's another case where I should have used the dagger for that free stealth kill XP. I did not. I don't know why. Sometimes I think it's just more fun to knock everybody out. I've done things where I've knocked everybody out in the entire camp, and they just come back later to just a bunch of guys wandering around with no weapons or clothes or armor. It's hilarious. They'll still fight you. It's kind of a funny thing to do. When I did it, unfortunately they didn't respawn, like their armor didn't respawn. So if you do that goofiness, probably should just kill them, because they're like it just makes it a weird bug where no one has any armor and they're just there for a while. So definitely make sure you kill him. Like I said, I did it right there. Poor guy got killed in his own bed. Feels bad, bro. But yeah. So, and there's just tons of loot, and then you got dice, you got that treasure map. Cool thing about the treasure map is every time you find it in this camp, it respawns the chest down there, so you get that, which is a lot of money in that chest. I think there's even a $600 mug in that chest, or groshens. I keep on calling them dollars or groshens. And so yeah, it's this way's even better if you do a sneak build, because you can sneak up on people much easier. If you are gonna and you can make a lot of money from this method. And in a little bit here, I'll show you what I do and how I make the most money I possibly can. And be aware, you're gonna get more loot than you can sell in one day. So that's gonna be a big thing. But managing that is the kind of the hardest problem. But like I said, all that, literally, it's so much loot. And the cool thing is, all the big guards, they put all their clothes away when they go to sleep. I mean, I probably won't sleep in armor, so they put all their clothes away, and that's all just in one chest, one area, simple. Everyone's asleep. You're set. It's awesome. Okay, on to our next thing.
You can pray.
So when I'm running the path that I normally run, I run into these engagements quite a bit, especially depending on the time of day that I do them. It's more frequent at night, I would say. I would definitely get an ambush a lot more at night. But these are even better because if you run into these after you do a couple bandit camps, you're making even more money because it's just free money. There's just a bunch because usually they aren't too good. I don't think I've ever stumbled upon any of the fighters that are really really good in my ambushes. That might be for the second map. But in my experience, it's literally just free money with pretty. And I've gotten some pretty good axes. Like I think I got like a 1,000 groschen axe before fighting these guys. So it's just free money, and sometimes they kill nobles, and nobles have bango bucks on them. So like I said, and even like when there's ambush spots, like when they ambush like a cart or something, just free money. Absolutely amazing. You can find really cool stuff, and sometimes they'll even have like treasures on them. So I would definitely try to do a lot of fast traveling. I mean, these things really only happen in fast traveling. I haven't seen too many of them just running around, but it's another awesome way to make money from this method. Because when you see the trail that I take, you'll see how much room there is, like for you to hit these like little mini interactions. Especially like I said, it happens at night. So if you do it more at night, you're doing this whole thing at night, you'll make a lot more money. Okay, so just a really, really quick example of me just coming in and absolutely destroying this guy. Like, he didn't even get like a minute to, breathe. We'll do a comprehensive breakdown of all the stuff he had on him and how much money I made off of him here in just a second. I think I kept the helmet and the shield. Not the shield, the axe he had, because I think the axe is really, really good on blunt damage. I can't remember. But as you can see, if you know what you're doing and you're quick about it, you can take these guys down like they're nothing. The dog really, really helps too. If you're doing these, you probably want to have the dog. If you're sneaking, you might not because the dog makes a lot of noise, but it's really awesome. And like I said, as you can see, it's really, really good for leveling. And if you do it fast, you could do so many more. There was a few times where I hit 4 bandit camps, or I only got to hit 2 because I took a while on the fighting, or if I did them at day, I had to actually fight all the guys. If you want to do more bandit camps, you can do them. You just have to be quick about it. So I will give you a comprehensive breakdown of all the money we made. Like I said, that axe was crazy. So, and shields I love picking up shields because you can sell them as a vendor right in the first town. You can sell them to, even if they're like super broken, he'll still buy them for like 20 groschen. Okay, we'll get to the breakdown. Okay, so just to show you how profitable that was. So we're looking at his sword, the knight's sword. The sword was 100. The helmet was 300. The chest plate 400. His arms were 180. His legs were 170. That alone was over 1,000 altogether, and that wasn't even counting the other stuff that we found in the bandit camp. So a ton of money was made. So I'm now realizing that this clip is not from the selling the bug-eyed helmet knight's gear. It is just a whole other fight. I don't know. The other footage got corrupted. So I still made a ton of money. No matter which way you want to look at it, there's still a ton of money made. It would have been a little bit different with that other helmet. I think it's worth a little bit more. But just so you know, not the same footage from the same fight. It's awesome. You make a ton of money. Okay, let's talk about the route that I take to do this and how awesome it is and how you can do the same as I do and make a ton of money doing it. I basically start up here. I come down here. I kill this guy or this camp, and then I'll fast travel up to here, and I'll ride with my horse quickly here. Kill this camp, and then run with my horse over here and kill this camp. So by the time that's all done, it's really late. You have to do it really quickly because if you do dilly-dally, the sun will go down. So then you come back here to your little home base, and you essentially stockpile all your stuff. If you need to heal it all, you heal it all. You sell everything you can between this trader or this blacksmith, all the people in here. You sell your swords and your shields and your clothing to these guys. And then what's left, you sell to the nomad camp, and that right there all together, that will, depending on how many, if you get all their clothing, if you get all their armor, that's almost $1,100 or whatever you want to call it, shillings, pesos, whatever you want to call it. I think they're called, I don't even know, eddies. I don't know what they're called. That's like 1100, and that's if you can, because there's a every time I do it, I sell it to the max of every one of these guys, especially if we're talking armor. Like I can't possibly sell all the armor, so I have to come back, bench it, and then restart the day, and then do it all over again. And you can make a ridiculous, in about 45 minutes I made $16,000 or whatever they're called. And that's not even, I don't even usually go over here to these guys, because this camp doesn't really spawn anything other than just bandits with like crappy weapons. This one's pretty much only Cubans. No, this one's Cubans. This one's nothing. Are they called Cubans? See, I don't know what they're called. They're something. So this one doesn't really spawn anything. It's kind of broken for me. But this one, it has a really high chance of spawning knights and higher level people, but they are sometimes really, really hard to fight, and you're better off just coming back at night. This is a one-man camp. This is a bunch of regular basic bandits. Now, this one up here spawns a lot of guys. Yeah, this one up here spawns a lot of guys, and there is occasionally lights. The knights are rarer, but when it doesn't do it a lot. But when it does do it, they have really, really good loot on them, like really good necklaces and chains and rings and stuff like that. This one's is just two. This one up here is just two guys, but they have loot. It's perfect. It's amazing. So that's essentially the route. I can't really think if there's anything else extra. You can come out here to these places and do like some of the poachers. They don't really have a lot of, they have skins you can sell, but they aren't half as lucrative as honestly farming this place. In this place, like I said, from here to here, it's really good money. Sometimes it's too much money. I can't even, like too much valuable stuff. I can't even. But when I can, fast travel up here and then hit these two. Ridiculous money, ridiculous XP. You're going to level up super, super, super fast. It's honestly basically a game exploit. I mean, if it wasn't just playing the game and having fun, it would be considered an exploit. Because you make, like, what can you even spend $16,000 on in this game? Like, it's insane. So yeah, that's really essentially the strat in a nutshell. And it makes ridiculous money. Okay. So with that said, I think that's where we're going to wrap this video up. If this in any way, shape, or form helped you, leave a like, maybe even a comment. If you're feeling extra nice, leave a comment. If this didn't help you, or you found a flaw in my technique, you throw that in the comments too. I'd love to hear from you. Or maybe even a dislike, and maybe explain why you threw a dislike. I'm making these videos to try to be informative, try to help you play the game better, and try to help you make stupid money. This game's a lot of fun, and it's even more fun when you're extremely wealthy. And this is really, really early game stuff that you can do as soon as you spawn, if you really, really wanted to. And like I said, it gives you amazing gear. Like, all this is pretty much gotten from just almost half of it's gotten from sleeping guys, and all this money is just returning all their, reappropriated armors. So it's really, really good. So yeah, if you like the video, leave a like. If you're feeling extra generous, leave a comment, and maybe even a subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. Thank you so much, and have an awesome day.